Hi there, welcome to the third video of today in my 10-minute Moan series, and the topic of this is a Nigerian gang of four who had forged more than 2,000 marriage certificates to allow Nigerians to live in the UK illegally. Now this is covered by The Telegraph, and they took the story hit last night, and their headline on the report is "Gang forged more than 2,000 marriage certificates to allow Nigerians to live in the UK illegally." The organised crime group have been jailed for a total of 13 years after they made fraudulent applications between March 2019 and May 2030. Four gang members have been jailed for a total of 13 years after forging more than 2,000 marriage certificates that allowed people to live in the UK illegally. Abraham Alade Onifade, 41, Abayomi Shodipo, 38, Nosimot Gbadamosi, 31, and Adekunle Kabir, 54, made fraudulent EU settlement scheme applications for Nigerian nationals between March 19 and May last year, the Home Office said. The organised crime group provided false Nigerian customary marriage certificates and other fraudulent documents to support the applications of the nationalists to help them remain in the country. A Home Office investigation, both domestically and with its international operations based in Lagos, Nigeria, uncovered more than 2,000 false marriage documents. Onifade and Shodipo were both found guilty of conspiracy to facilitate illegal entry into the UK and conspiracy to provide articles used in fraud following a trial at Woolwich Crown Court, the Home Office said. Gbadamosi was convicted of obtaining leave to remain by deception and fraud by false representation, while Kabir was found guilty of possession of an identity document with improper intention, but cleared of obtaining leave to remain by deception. Onifade from Gravesend was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. Shodipo from Manchester was jailed for 5 years at the same court on Tuesday. Gbadamosi from Bolton was sentenced to 18 months imprisonment, while Kabir from London was jailed for 9 months. Home Office Chief Immigration Officer Paul Moran said, "This group was absolutely prolific in their desire to abuse our borders and have rightly been brought to justice. As with many gangs we encounter, their sole priority was financial gain. I'm delighted that my team was able to intercept their operation, and I hope these convictions will serve as a warning to unscrupulous gangs who exploit people's desperation to remain in the UK. We will continue to work tirelessly to secure our borders and clamp down on gangs who prey on vulnerable people to make money." So, what a sad, sad story that these people, for 4 years, brought in 2,000 people onto our shores. But that's maybe not true. It could be more, because they could have family members also brought into the UK. So God knows how many people these four brought onto our shores illegally into a system that's already overcrowded. We have a housing shortage. We have a housing issue in Scotland, which is advised by the Scottish Government recently, where they said to be declared now a housing emergency in Scotland. Yet, the same government still purport to be happy to accept more asylum seekers into Scotland, which beggars belief. Also, this comes as Labour continue to claim they will clamp down on the illegal businesses and gangsters who bring people to these shores through the dinghies and the trucks, stowaways. But we've yet to see what they're going to do to clamp down, or how they're going to do it, which is a bit bizarre. But it is, at the end of the day, a good outcome for the Home Office, and it does show those like myself who have concerns about the amount of immigration, not immigrants, and the amount of illegal asylum seekers, but no problems with people who have genuine reasons to flee their country, if we've got enough space for them. And that seems to be exploited by the government, the media, the judiciary, as being a far-right concern, which is a bit strange, but we've seen that all summer. So folk that are far right, I'd imagine, like myself, who's obviously now far right because I'm concerned about the levels of immigration, will take great comfort that at least one network bringing people into the country illegally or keeping them here illegally has been put to bed, and I wish the Home Office good luck with repeating such outcomes in the coming weeks, months and years. And hopefully we can turn the tap off to the endless streams which last year saw 1.2 million people enter the country. And hopefully we can ease the pressure on housing, etc., and the social services, NHS, etc., because we have such a large number and intake every year of immigrants legally, illegally, and seeking asylum, both legally and illegally. So I hope that this is the start of a few cases like this, and it would be great to hear successful outcomes for these gangs that are bringing people in through boats and indeed the back of trucks as stowaways. That would be quite nice. And I would love to hear from Keir Starmer about what he's going to do about the levels of immigration, because let me remind you that Keir Starmer's government, and every government in the last 20 years, has came into power on a manifesto telling us that immigration is high and we need to curb it. But each year, apart from one, it seems to be climb, climb and climb again. So hopefully Keir's not forgot the manifesto promises that him and his party made to help curb the levels of immigration to this country. And it would be good to hear him talk about something other than far-right protesters and Nazi tattoos and tattoos and Nazi salutes at these protesters that he doesn't like having an opinion, where their opinions actually match his party's manifesto, which said quite clearly that immigration was a problem and they would curb it. But don't you dare ask and request that in the streets, because that's not allowed. We're only allowed to make these promises for 20 years, which through those 20 years we've seen increases of immigration levels. So it's okay for these parties who win power to put that in their manifesto, these promises that they make before we vote for them, but do absolutely bugger all about it. And actually, where we are now, condemn, jail people who have the exact same concerns. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. But most importantly of all, unless you're someone who thinks immigration's fine at the levels it's at, or like these 4 people think it's fine to tell lies to keep people in the country. See everyone else, have a great day. Cheery bye now.